Subscribe now. EU debates.
The ECB mentioned it correctly to say only treat it as a last resort. And indeed, buying debt of, let's say, heavily indebted countries could encourage their governments to take on even more debt, since they know that the TPI would protect their country. So I was wondering, with regard to these developments, could you please reflect on the use of the TPI in relation to the Italian elections yesterday? I'm very looking forward to hear your view on that. Thank you.
Well, I'm afraid you might be disappointed because TPI is not intended for any specific country that any of us would have in mind. It is intended for all countries because the rationale for the TPI is proper transmission of monetary policy to all countries that are members of the euro area. So it goes from the Baltic countries all the way down to Malta, including Croatia and everything in between. Well, Croatia as of the 1st of January. But, you know, I don't have a specific country in mind. I just want to also remind you that this is not the instrument. We have a variety of tools that we use. We have used in the course of July, because the numbers have now been published, flexibility in the reinvestment policy of the pandemic emergency program for the redemption that were coming due. And that has been an effective and proportionate tool under the circumstances. But I would not apply the TPI mechanism process that I have just described with the 3 steps, nor the criteria to any particular country. I will just maybe mention and remind you of the criteria, which maybe will help you assess for your own purposes. There are 4 criteria. The first one is compliance with the EU fiscal framework. The second is the absence of severe macroeconomic imbalances. The third one is fiscal sustainability. And the fourth one is sound and sustainable macroeconomic policies. So you see that as opposed to other tools that we have in the toolbox, such as, for instance, OMT, this aims at a different set of situations than something like OMT would apply. It's a situation where essentially things are going on track and in accordance with the rules and in respect of the fiscal framework and in compliance with fiscal sustainability, and where there are unwarranted, disorderly market dynamics which are not justified by fundamentals or by economic policy errors that would have been made. Those are more relevant to the OMT than to the transmission protection instrument. Thank you.